If you're an athlete that struggled with injuries, or someone that just wants to stay healthy going forward, I've got you covered in this week's video. Let's be honest, injuries suck. While my ultra-competitive days may have passed, I still vividly remember that awful feeling of spraining an ankle in basketball, tweaking my knee while skiing, or blowing out my back while trying to rip a heavy deadlift. So if your goal is to get or stay healthy going forward, here are 6 proven injury prevention strategies you can start using right now, today, to keep yourself healthy. Let's go. Mobility work is all the rage right now, and for good reason. A lack of mobility not only makes you feel crappy, but poor range of motion in areas like the ankles, hips, and shoulders can negatively impact how your entire body moves. So if you want to unlock those problematic joints, you need to make mobility training a serious part of your program going forward. In most cases, I like to do a blend of foam rolling, resets, and mobility work throughout my training week. Foam rolling is great because it can instantly unwind a sore or tight muscle or joint. But resets are where the real money is at, because they will often address some of the biggest limiters in your body's movement. And of course, before you get after it in the gym or go for that long run, make sure that you're taking the time to go through a full dynamic warm-up as well. But don't think that the mobility work only happens when you're in the gym. If you really want to take your movement to the next level, start incorporating mobility work first thing in the morning, during a lunch or study break, or even before you go to bed at night. I guarantee the more time you spend on mobility training, the better your body will move and feel. While the weight room is a great place to get stronger or improve your power development, it's also an amazing tool for building your muscles and connective tissue. Now, a lot of people think of high rep strength work as bodybuilding, but my goal isn't necessarily to build a bigger muscle just for show. Instead, the goal is to build a stronger system that's less likely to break. So one of the first things I do every offseason with my athletes is hit them with a higher volume accumulation block first. The goal here is simple. We want to restore some mobility, improve their movement quality, and prep their tissues for the more intensive loading that they'll encounter as the offseason goes on. So don't overthink this one. Especially if you're early in the offseason, make sure to get some high rep strength work in your program. I guarantee your body will thank you. Regardless of what sport you play, there are certain areas of the body that are more likely to get injured than others. If you play basketball or volleyball, it's the ankles and knees. If you're a pitcher in baseball, it's your shoulders and elbows. The goal here is to find those key areas and then focus on specific exercises that can help bulletproof that area. For instance, if I'm training a basketball player that's dealt with knee issues, I'm going to use both big bang lifts like squats and lunges, along with isolation exercises like leg extensions to build those quads and bulletproof the knees. If I'm training a pitcher, I'll use compound exercises like push-ups and rows to train the entire kinetic chain, and then combine it with direct, isolated rotator cuff work as well. The bottom line is this: once you know the areas that are most often injured, you need to spend some extra time and energy there to help keep yourself healthy. In sports, we know that most injuries occur when an athlete is trying to decelerate, brake, or slow themselves down. So why are we spending all of our time and energy training just to focus on a bigger engine? Instead, we need to spend more time building the brakes. To do this, consider adding in more exercises like depth landings, drop squat variations, or even snap downs into your program. These activities will help improve that transition from eccentric to concentric and make sure that you're as strong and stable going into the cut as you are coming out of it. At our first ever Physical Prep Summit, Bill Hartman made a statement that I'll never forget. Fatigue changes everything. If you're an athlete, you need to know the energy system demands of your sport and work to improve it. If you play basketball, you know you'll need to be able to stop and start a lot, run forward and backward for a prolonged period of time, and then be able to recover when there's free throws or a timeout. If you play football, you need to be fast and explosive for 4 to 6 seconds, and then recover in 25 to 30 seconds before the next play occurs. And if you play soccer, you need to be fast and explosive, but you also need a massive aerobic engine so you can compete for a 90-minute game. Now, this topic goes well beyond what I can cover in a short YouTube video, but just understand that regardless of your sport, you need to make sure that your conditioning is targeted and specific based on the sport that you play. Last but not least, when you're getting back into your sport, please be smart about ramping up your workload. Now, I'm sure you want to go out there and get buckets or bang goals for hours on it, but there's nothing worse than ramping things up too fast and then picking up an injury. In basketball, this is where you may want to start just playing some ones, then ramp up to 2s or 3s in the half court before going live and getting some full run. Or if you play soccer, start with some small-sided games indoors, knocking the ball around a bit and just getting loose before you start trying to go out and play full matches. Now, I know this may sound simple, but that doesn't mean people are always going to do it. Be smart and ramp yourself up slowly to make sure you stay healthy. Okay, my friends, so there you have it. 6 injury prevention strategies that everyone needs. Now, I'd love to know, which one is your favorite? Or what did I mention that you'd like to add? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you're enjoying the videos, please take 2 seconds out of your day to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Love and appreciate you.